Now, the controversial plan to house migrants at the former RAF Scampton in Lincolnshire is facing another challenge in the courts. West Lindsey District Council has applied for a judicial review into the government's decision in order to protect £300 million development plans for the site. In an interview this week, Home Secretary Suella Braverman said it's not right to be spending £6 million a day on housing asylum seekers in hotels. She insisted the plans to use Scampton are going ahead.
I've been working intensively to identify and procure alternative sites to accommodate asylum seekers. RAF Scampton is one such site, which was announced in a few weeks ago. We will be progressing with that. We will be putting up bespoke accommodation for asylum seekers, which will be more appropriate, sustainable and cost effective.
Well, Sally Grindrod-Smith is from West Lindsey District Council and she's joining me now. Sally, good evening to you. Do you think the High Court will overturn this government decision to house migrants at Scampton, or more importantly, should they?
I think we've got a really good case to be heard by the High Court, Peter. There's certainly some serious facts that need further consideration, and that's what forms the basis of our judicial review.
So how confident are you that you can stop the plans?
I think we've got a good case to put forward. We've been really clear that there is a £300 million investment at risk here, and therefore we think the High Court should consider this as a material factor in any decision that the government take.
And what do you actually think of the government plans for housing migrants at Scampton? Do you think it's ill thought through and not workable?
I think there are some really serious considerations that should be taken here, not least the local planning context and also the potential loss of £300 million of investment. The government have not demonstrated to us how they can make this safe, legal and compliant as yet.
Do you feel that the government has gone roughshod over West Lindsey District Council in this one?
I think there's wider implications nationally for the government's actions at stake here, and we feel there's a strong case to be answered, both in terms of how they're proposing to use what essentially are temporary permitted development rights for the provision of longer-term accommodation for asylum seekers.
Now, there's been so many people getting in touch with us over the last 2 or 3 weeks on this one. A simple question: have we at the moment lost the £300 million heritage investment? This one's, I suppose, is a yes or no as it stands at the moment.
No, we haven't. There's been no action to develop the site as far as we are aware. They've been doing some site survey work, but there's nothing happened on site physically yet. So therefore we are able to confirm that our £300 million investment is still here and is still with us. But it will ride on the outcome of the judicial review.
But supposing migrants are put there, say for 18 months or say for 2 years, would the £300 million investment wait for the 2 years till it was finished?
No, it cannot wait. There's a number of factors that are really important on this site. Not least, the investment was predicated upon use as the site of an operational airfield, and that's very important. We are concerned that any delay, the heritage assets on site will continue to degrade even further. We have a number of investors lined up to deliver that package of £300 million, and quite simply, they will go somewhere else. They will not wait.
Last question then on this one, with a yes/no. Do you think migrants will end up living at Scampton, yes or no?
It's difficult to tell. It's we've got a good case to make here. We believe in the arguments that we're putting forward, and that the decisions will rest in the hands of the High Court.
Sally, thank you very much indeed for talking to us tonight. That's Sally Grindrod-Smith from West Lindsey District Council. And of course, as I say, a lot of interest in this story. We'll continue to follow it as we have done from the start.